What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another trailer reaction. My name is Comic Bob, and yeah, this is my live reaction to the new Venom Let There Be Carnage trailer that just dropped today. So when the first Venom movie came out, I was actually pleasantly surprised. It was better than I thought it was going to be. Not a great movie, but pretty decent. And I'm a big fan of Tom Hardy anyway, so I've been kind of looking forward to how they handle Carnage ever since they teased him at the end of the first trailer. And so let's go ahead and get into that. But before we watch the trailer, though, if you all could, please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and please, please, please share this out on your social media. YouTube doesn't promote small channels anymore, and we really do rely on you guys to get the word out and eyes on our streams. It costs you nothing, and we greatly appreciate it. Okay, enough of that. Let's get into this trailer. Pull it up here. Ooh.
I say either, you guys say either, I say neither, and I say neither, neither. Let's call the whole thing off. Ta-da! Catch up.
Excuse me?
Yummy.
Good evening, Eddie.
Hey, Mrs. Chen.
Good evening, Venom.
Function how, Mrs. Chen?
He says hi.
One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do.
I've been thinking about you, Eddie.
Two can be as bad as one. It's
I love Woody Harrelson.
Because you and I are the same. Every decision we ever make. Who do we leave behind? And how do we leave them?
Ravencroft.
Waiting in the darkness for the rescuer who never comes. Welcome back, Eddie Brock. It's been a long time. Miss you so much.
Yeah, he's so good.
Soon come chaos. Chaos soon come.
is the loneliest number that you'll ever do.
The chocolate delivery hasn't arrived yet.
No!
We had a deal.
What's gonna happen? You gonna stop protecting me?
I am happy to eat, Mrs. Chen.
No, you cannot eat, Mrs. Chen.
What?
Nothing?
Okay. So that was kind of cool. Real quick, it's villain. Sup, Venom. Venom probably ate Eddie's landlord by now. It kind of looks like he's kind of like holding, somehow he's holding him back. Barely make a deal with everything. I do like the fact that they are not making him like the symbiote just doesn't seem to quite get it, and that he's kind of crazy. You can hear her if she's down for it, Johnny Cage. Black Angus, I am here. Hey, Angus, I got your message, dude. I do not check my messages very often. I apologize for that. And my phone doesn't, the alert for it doesn't go off anymore because my phone's a piece of crap. I do miss his chin. Oh, God. But thanks for being here, guys. Appreciate it. All right, let's go back through this thing a little bit here. So, go back here to the beginning. Let me mute this here. So, it looks like they're leaning a little bit more into the comedy here. I like that the symbiote and he have different personalities, but I'm hoping that when they do, oh my God, I'm not reading that. I'm hoping that when they do, when they're merged together, when he's full on like Venom, that you get the melding of the personalities like you do in the comic. Obviously, they're leaning into the fact that the symbiote is alien and doesn't really understand things. I just love Tom Hardy, dude. His facial expressions. One of the reasons why I think a lot of people didn't like Bane is because his face is covered up, and a big part of Tom Hardy's acting is his facial expressions. So, but so we get a little bit of comedy at the beginning, and I'm thinking the reason they're doing that is because if you know the Carnage character, he's super dark, like super dark. And Job, you're not first, man. There was 3 people in ahead of you, brother. So, but I appreciate you being here. So I think that's the reason why they're leaning into the comedy a little bit. Yeah, I see. Yeah. Hardy's Bane. I thought Bane was good. I liked Bane, but I can understand why people didn't like him. So right here, dude.
I've been thinking about you.
I love, dude. Woody Harrelson is one of the best actors of his generation, in my personal opinion. And the fact that they got him to do Carnage in this is really cool. I think he's going to do an amazing job because he's good at doing that. If you ever seen Natural Born Killers, he's good at doing that creepiness that comes with a sociopath. I also like the fact that the way it looks like in here, the way that they're doing it is that the Carnage symbiote lives inside his blood. Yeah, I agree, dude. I did not think the movie was going to be any good. I thought it was gonna suck. So going back here, we got some Venom doing his thing. I will say this: I do wish that they would change his look. Oh yeah, he was great in No Country for Old Men as well. Like I said, Woody Harrelson is one of those actors that I don't really think he comes to people's mind immediately as being one of the best actors of his generation, but he really is. He really, really is. But I was hoping that we would get a little bit of an evolution of the Venom symbiote, the Venom costume, and we would at least get something that was a little bit more true to the way he is in the comics, because unlike Carnage, whose look and design has kind of changed as time has gone on, because Cletus Cassidy being a complete sociopath, as his mind changes and as he evolves as a killer and a sociopath, the symbiote kind of changed with him. But with Venom, it's been pretty consistent the way he looks, and I was hoping they would at least bring something similar to the emblem, because if you've been reading any of the stuff that they've been doing with Venom lately, what we thought was a spider was actually a dragon, and it's part of the whole Null storyline and everything. So I was hoping they would kind of put a little bit more of that in there. But I mean, the design's not bad. It just isn't what I was hoping it would be. Job says, I didn't like the first Venom. They made him a superhero, and there was nothing that touched upon his obsessive personality. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it wasn't a perfect movie by any stretch of the imagination, but I liked the banter between Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock and the Venom symbiote. I think that part of the movie and the dynamic worked really well. Some of the story, it would have been better if Spider-Man had been involved, obviously, but at the time they weren't able to do that. And the villain wasn't particularly great. That's why I'm actually a little more excited for this movie than I was for that one, because Carnage is a true 100% villain. And I want to see if they do him justice here, because the thing about Carnage is kind of like Spider-Man's version of the Joker. You can't plan for him. You can only react. And I'm really hoping that they bring that maniacal nature of Carnage to this movie. Next one said it would be great if they could do a Spider-Man crossover next, but Kevin Feige is such a control freak. Dude, supposedly that's something that's in the works. Like, it's depending on who you listen to and who you believe. The level of the interaction there is, it's not until it happens. We're not really going to know. But I can see them doing some kind of crossover stuff there. See here, I think that's what's wrong with Venom versus waiting for the MCU to clear what they can go with Spider-Man's existence, so he's morally gray. Well, and to be fair, the way Venom is now, this version of Venom, as far as his motivations and whatnot are concerned, is more in line with what Venom is right now. So, you know, it remains to be seen. But I do like some of the imagery in this. I like the fact that he's looking into like the hidden, like Cletus Cassidy is going to be the focus of everything that goes on here. Ravencroft, that's a cool callback to Marvel Comics. Ravencroft Sanitarium is it's kind of Marvel's version of Arkham. So I like that that they're going to do this little bit of a callback here, a little bit of a comic thing. So I'm not sure who this is supposed to be. If you look at her eyes, I'm wondering if this is supposed to be Shriek, who's another Spider-Man villain who's kind of connected to Carnage. So I'm not sure if that's who this is supposed to be. I'm not sure what this, because you look at her eyes, you can tell that she's not a normal person. She's obviously not normal, and she's got the scar in her eye. Shriek had kind of this this look that was kind of similar to the Crow. So I'm wondering if she's going to play into this as well. But so then we got Venom. What is he carrying? He's got something. It's probably just like a makeshift weapon or something in his hand. And then right here, you got Cletus Cassidy smashing the spider, which I think is kind of a cool little callback to Spider-Man. And who knows, we may get some mention of Spider-Man in this. And then just this pull up and is Woody Harrelson in full-on sadistic, you know, absolute lunatic. And maybe it's just the way his face is designed, man. Like the lines around his eyes. And Woody Harrelson plays a good lunatic, man. He plays a really good lunatic. And it looks like he's having a lot of fun with this role. So right here, they give him the lethal injection, and you can see right there, the Venom symbiote stops the poison, the toxin from getting into him. And that leads me to believe that they're going to go with the idea that, unlike Eddie and like when Spider-Man had the symbiote on him, Venom's symbiote actually lives inside his blood. It's like that's why when he looks the way he does. So this is kind of a cool little thing. And then you see, let me see his eyes here real quick. All right, right there, you can see his eyes are bloodshot. You can see the Venom symbiote starting to seep out of his eyes there. That's cool. And then right here, you can see it's like bursting out of his skin. That's cool. That's what the Venom symbiote should look like. The Venom symbiote, I mean, not the Venom symbiote, the Carnage symbiote. The Carnage symbiote, we were actually talking about this earlier the other day as well, is when the symbiote bonds with its host, it doesn't just take on some of their personality. It kind of takes on, it enhances everything about them. So with Cletus Cassidy, the fact that he's this homicidal lunatic, the Carnage symbiote basically goes even crazier than the Venom symbiote does. So the Carnage symbiote becomes like this absolute murder machine, which is one of the reasons why he's such a good villain. And I'm just glad that we're going to see Venom up against a legit villain here. Now this dude, I'm not sure who this dude's supposed to be. I think this is one of the detectives that he deals with. So yeah, that's Shriek. Yep. There you go. I did not catch this in the first playthrough. So yep, that's definitely Shriek. And then now see, this might be an issue here because the Carnage symbiote doesn't act like a normal symbiote. It doesn't act like Venom's symbiote. It's got less of the like the tentacle-y stuff, and what he does is he makes blades and weapons and stuff out of his symbiote. So a little bit of that, you know, whippy around stuff, the tentacle-y stuff is okay. Like right here, like you can see like they've got like spikes and stuff all over him. I'm hoping they still give him that ability where he makes like blades and stuff out of it, because that's what made Carnage very different from Venom. Venom didn't do things like that. Carnage was all about how to be as effective as an effective murderer as possible. So, but I do like the way his head looks. He looks a little too buff. And well, actually, that scene, that scene not so much. He's a lot. You can tell he's a lot thinner. He's a lot thinner, and he's not as bulky as Venom. So, and it does look a lot more chaotic. But there's a scene at the end here, I think, where they show him he looks a lot more buff than he really should be. Because the thing about Carnage is he's supposed to be thin and wiry. So this is kind of cool because this gives you an indication that the Venom symbiote, that the symbiote is not, it's not really, it doesn't really understand. So right there, so we got Carnage there, and he's still not as big and see right there in that one hand, see how he's making the blades. That's going to be cool. So it does look like they're going to still give him that. It looks like he's still doing a lot of the tentacle-y stuff, which I guess is okay. It is a little bit outside of what Carnage usually does. But I love the look of his head. He is still, I think, a little too buff. He should be much thinner and longer. But yeah, the blade thing, I'm glad that's in there. I'm not completely upset with the way this design looks. So this is coming soon. But yeah, that's, this has piqued my interest enough that I want to see it. Job says, remember there was a Spider-Man painting on the wall in the Morbius trailer and Michael Keaton was in it, and Morbius is supposed to be in the same universe as Venom. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like right now, we don't know exactly how much Spider-Man is going to have to do with that universe going forward. But I know that they have actually talked about Tom Holland actually being in one of these movies, or maybe at some point being connected to it. And it'll be interesting to see how they work that in there, because these are his villains. Like these characters are his. So how you're going to work him in after you've come up with a way for them to exist without him being involved is going to be interesting. Multiverse. Yeah, I think a lot. COVID kind of pushed a lot of plans back, because we were supposed to have Black Widow was supposed to be out last year. Multiverse of Madness, I think, originally was supposed to be this year, and a lot of these movies just got pushed back and put on the shelf for a while. So it'll be interesting to see how they try to work it in there. I hope they do it. I don't want them to fail, Throw the fans a curveball and make Venom in the Garfield universe. Well, there's that, they are talking that thing with, where they said that was it Garfield and Tobey Maguire were supposed to be in the Multiverse of Madness, but then I think Garfield came out and said that it wasn't true, and then he said, well, maybe, and it's like, so they're kind of throwing this stuff around, so who knows what's going to happen. But yeah, I mean, I'm interested in this enough that I definitely want to see it. I'm a big fan of, like I said, I'm a big fan of Woody Harrelson. I'm a big fan of Tom Hardy. And as uneven as the first movie was, there was enough good stuff in it that it exceeded my expectations. But yeah, so yeah, interesting trailer. Obviously, this is the first of many trailers that it says coming soon, so we don't know. That could be next month. That could be 6 months down the line. We'll obviously get more trailers. I don't know how much more I really want them to show me the Carnage symbiote, because I would rather be surprised by it. I don't want them to give away all the best parts of the movie in the trailer. So this one showed quite a bit. I mean, it gave us a pretty good look at Carnage and how he's going to look. And despite the critiques I made, I'm just glad that he doesn't look like a red version of Venom. That he does have a little bit more uniqueness to himself than just that. So, yeah, it looks interesting. I'm kind of cringing a little bit at the comedic elements of it, just because Venom is such a dark character. But I get why they're putting some of this in there, because if they do Cletus Cassidy, if they do Carnage right, that's a dark, dark, dark story. So a little bit of levity is definitely going to be a necessity to help keep this movie from being depressing as hell. As Hicks Villain said, I heard the September, but that could change since everything is trying to come out end of summer, or they might use Maguire because the Maguire Daily Bugle was spotted in the Morbius trailer. Well, they also show the Daily Bugle newspaper here. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, right here. Right there. So there's the Daily Bugle, and that's the way the Daily Bugle looked in the Tobey Maguire movies as well. So it'll be interesting to see. Like I can't read all of it. This guy's obviously a detective, but I can't read who it's from, so we don't know if there's another callback or a little Easter egg there. But no, looks good, guys. Like I said, I'm couching my expectations just like I did with the first film. I do like what I've seen of Cletus Cassidy and the Carnage symbiote so far, and I'm hoping that they do it justice. So, like I said, I'm not rooting for him to fail. But anyway, guys, that about does it for me. Thanks to everyone who watched the trailer today and anybody who will watch it later. Please let me know, guys. Let me know what you think about the trailer in the comments below. Are you excited for the movie? And let me what you think about this video as well. Whether you think it's good, it's bad, what you think I could improve on and change. But yeah, I'm going to keep it short and sweet, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Have a great day, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.